Thank you, Chair. I suppose, first of all, we want to welcome these men here and thank them for coming into this because, of course, TB is a very serious matter. And this testing has been going on for 46 years, I think. Is that right?
70 years.
70 years. Well, and we understand that other countries have it cleared. And I mean, the obvious thing, and the farmers in my neck of the woods, some are blaming the deer, others are blaming the badgers, but invariably it is one or the other. It is they start the thing going in different areas where the deer are prevalent, and other areas where the badgers are prevalent. Do we agree with that?
No, we don't. What we have is we have TB in a multi-host system where badgers, and for the most part, our evidence would show that the badgers are the main reservoir of infection in wildlife. But we have a multi-host system where it's a combination of badger infection in badgers and cattle, and we can't cherry pick between either. They're the main drivers. And given that we've about 7 million cattle in the country, we've about 120, 150,000 badgers, based on those figures, the driver of infection is coming from cattle.
I'm sorry, but I don't agree with that. Certainly, they're the carriers, badgers,
well, you're entitled to your opinion, Deputy.
Yeah, and you're entitled to yours too, of course. But this is a very serious matter because, like the deputy said about mental health, he's right, of course, because it's an awful traumatic experience. Your head is nothing, no animal in the yard, everything's gone down the road. And it happened to people in the Glenflesk area last year. And that was in October, the fall of the year. And the compensation they got in no way could have replaced the amount of cows that they had to accept. They could only buy a lesser amount because cows and animals and all kind of stock increased in price. And subsequently, they weren't compensated properly. Do we accept that?
No, I might answer this, Deputy. You raised this point the last day, I think, when the Minister was here. If you recall, those animals that were reactors of compensation in October, and he went out, if it's the same farmer, they went out to replace them in March or April, I think it was roughly,
yes,
the example you gave. So we compensate farmers based on the market valuation at the time that they are removed. So in this case, it was in October, up to the limits of the scheme. Obviously, in the meantime, the market for all animals has kind of just taken off. But we can only compensate at the value of the animal that we receive in the market at the time it's removed as the time that it is removed as a reactor, not on what it might cost to replace that animal at a future point in time. That's what we are.
Right. So tell us now, what are they going to do? Are the TB injections going to be stronger? Is there going to be a stronger vaccine? Stronger when the vid comes? Will it be a stronger dose? Then is that what's going to happen?
In terms of cattle, you're talking about cattle vaccination?
Yeah.
I'll hand over to
David. We don't have a cattle vaccine available. You mean in terms of the tuberculin skin test?
No, but the way he detect the skin test or whatever, is that going to be stricter or stronger, or what's the plan?
Well, I suppose, yeah, there are a couple of different elements to our plan, and one element of it would be ensuring good quality testing and maximising the quality of the testing, and running in parallel where appropriate the blood test, where there's difficulties to increase the overall sensitivity of the test, to run the two in parallel where necessary.
So, you mentioned there about the cost to the department, the cost to the exchequer, but it is a cost to the farmer. And we're contending that the farmer did not create this problem. You're saying that it's going to be a better test. What was wrong with the testing that was done all along?
Well, it's the testing in conjunction. We intend to roll out more gamma interferon blood testing in conjunction with the skin test.
And there's
Well,
some farmers that have, gone down in recent months, and they're being told that if they'll be selling cattle in the future, as far as ways 3 years down the line, that their name is going to be appear on the screen in the mat, and that will reduce the amount of people that will buy that. Is that going to happen?
I think what you're talking about there is a risk-based trading approach, and one thing that is being considered, yes, is identifying animals, higher risk animals, so that people would, if they decide to buy them, that they will know those animals carry a higher risk.
Almighty,
Thank you.
And that would be
Thank you,
still after
Deputy.
two clear tests.
Thank you, Deputy.